This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Oh, yeah, I did.
Welcome to DBL. We're over here, Tori. Happy Thursday.
I'm so sorry. Talking to Jure. Love you. Right there.
When it happens every day when we start and you're doing something else, is it an accident or does it start becoming on purpose?
I think you should think about that yourself. That's a good question.
And then she told herself
I
it
don't
was
know
a good
what
question.
that means.
It didn't mean anything. Jeff, let's do the show.
Exactly.
She showed you.
I don't know what that means either.
Exactly.
All right. Tori's off tomorrow.
All right.
Come check us out then. Welcome to DBL and yet another new memoir. John Stamos is revealing, guess what he's revealing? That the breakup between with his marriage, actress Rebecca Romijn shattered him. He said in his mind back then, he was the devil and he hated her. He called the divorce humiliating because she dumped him when her career was going great. And guess what? His wasn't. But John later said he was just as much to blame for the breakup as she was. Being a father of two young boys, I'm going to put this one in my pocket, and when they get heartbroken, I'll be like, John Stamos got broken up with.
Oh, there you
I'm going to put that in my pocket.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going to say,
who's that?
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? You guys know that song Margaritaville, rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett? In the first chorus, he goes, it's somebody's fault or it's her fault. And by the end of the song, he goes, it was my fault. And it sounds like John Stamos had that, where he blamed her so much. She was the devil, he called her. And by the end of it, he realized, just as you grow, I was part of it too. It's a very Jimmy Buffett song.
Well, I think it's a very memoir song.
Yeah.
We've been talking so much about memoirs and the idea of not talking about what happened in your life. How do you feel about John Stamos having a memoir coming out?
Again, to me, like a memoir or like a life story, I get John's a little older. That should be at the end of your life, not kind of like midlife crisis. Here's the things that went on that I want to get off my chest. When you're done with the business and you're done, living life, then give some advice. Give some advice on what you want to do, the things you went through, the struggles in Hollywood, your personal struggles. I'm all for that. No one's under the bus. You're kind of your last dance. Put that out there. When you still got a lot of life to live in your 40s, 50s, I don't like it. I don't like any memoir like that.
I will say this. I do, and Erica, don't lose your train of thought. It's just like, I think when he is looking at his marriage, with a little bit of distance now, saying, because I think everybody, as a prisoner of the moment, says, oh my God, I was married to the devil, and then they realize, oh, that was kind of on me. So when you are doing some kind of mea culpa,
yes.
I'm better with that than just being like, boy, I'll tell you what, Erica Cobb, you guys love her now. She was a wild one in the 80s. Like,
you're not taking
now
top shots at anybody.
Now you're a mom and I'm putting you out there. People are like, what were you doing in the 80s? I just don't want to bring anything to anybody else. But if you're being cathartic, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but I think most of them are. You just have to read them. It's very difficult. Like when we talk about, like an article, or if you talk about like an interview that someone gave, and we are always talking about just the little clips. And memoirs are especially tricky to talk about in little clips because it's been given the breath to really talk about the context of what was happening in your life.
Right.
Like, of course, people are going to take, this is the worst thing that they think was said in the memoir. But that's also supposed to entice the viewer that it's intended to actually read it. So yes, I do understand that this sounds a lot more contextualized. It sounds like he thought this and now he realizes that. But most memoirs feel that way to me. Most of them that
there's the arc.
Read.
Right.
I also think it's important for people to kind of be like testimony teachers in the moment. If John Stamos waited until he was 80 years old in order to write a memoir to be like, this is what my life was, it probably wouldn't resonate with anybody that it could help in the moment now. What I hear, because this happens a lot, especially with married couples or couples that have been together for a long time, one person's career and trajectory is going here, maybe the other one's going down or it's flat, and then you start to be each other's worst enemies. And that's something that's important for people to hear now, because maybe they're feeling like, I don't know, I don't want to talk to my friends about it, that my husband isn't being supportive of my career because his career isn't doing well. Like, those are important nuggets of information for people to apply to their lives right now. So I always think it's a very generous gift for people to be testimony teachers when they can get all of the smoke that everyone who's put out a memoir is getting, but that's a very brave thing to do.
I just think Jada got more smoke because she had a testimony opportunity every time they taped Red Table Talk. That was her opportunity in the moment.
But that's not true, because even Red Table Talk was going to be a 45-minute thing. In order to explain some things that have happened in your life, especially when it's something that the entire world is talking about, I think it deserves more than 45 minutes. I think it deserves... No, it deserves more than that.
3
It
episodes.
also deserves how you got to where you got to. Everyone always wants to talk about, like, well, you don't understand me because you don't know my story. And then someone puts out their story and people are like, I don't want to hear your story. It's like, what do you want?
We wanted you to be honest in the platform that you created, all about honesty.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
First of all, I'm very clear that that wasn't even really a thing, because when Red Table Talk has since come to an end. And also, if you're going to do that on Red Table Talk, you don't get to really go into the depths of who she is, where she came from, who her mother is, who I had on my podcast, by the way. You don't get any of that information. What they're doing is putting all of their information out there so that the world can be like, here's a full picture of my life until now.
We're talking about John Stamos. Let's stay on subject here. All right? No, we're not. We're talking about Britney Spears. How about that? Britney Spears is confirming a long-standing rumor in her new memoir that someone might have mentioned yesterday, because we talked about it, how Britney said Justin Timberlake cheated on her with an unnamed celebrity when they dated back in the early 2000s. Now she's confirming she did make out with Australian dancer Wade Robson while out dancing at a Spanish bar. Someone mentioned that yesterday, but got no credit.
Who was
and had it been someone else, we'd be playing that video right now. But it's me, so you just have to take my word for it.
Jeff, I give you credit.
I give you credit. I give you credit too. I was like, oh my God, it wasn't Brit. It was. But again, I appreciate what Erica said yesterday. It was like, I'm a 41-year-old discussing what an 18 and 19-year-old did. You know what I mean? At some point, that's what 18, 19-year-olds do. So that was sort of beside the point.
That doesn't seem like how it was phrased initially, when it was like Justin cheated.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't what 18 or 19-year-olds do, so it just seems like a very different energy.
Double standard. Yeah, probably you're right. No, I'm saying you're right.
There we go.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's okay. I think we should end every segment with you yelling, you're right.
Okay, hold on.
And
Yeah,
Hold on.
let's get this right for future clips. What did you say, Tori?
Jeff, you are right.
And
Al.
And something about how handsome Al.
And that's all. We're good. And there. We're good.
That was good enough. I'll take it. Coming up on DBL, our interview with actor and comedian Michael Rapaport.
Oh, God.
He's telling us about being a contestant on The Masked Singer. He was the pickle. Look at that cutie. And what are your movies that you regret watching as a kid? I definitely have a few. We're going to talk about it next.
Do we?
we are on.
Oh, I have something to tell you guys.
Okay.
I have a fact that I can't believe is true. You guys ready?
Okay, Tori,
All right.
Erica.
Here we go.
Everyone's got
Did you know
Okay.
that that paprika is just dried and crushed red bell peppers? They are not any type of a paprika tree. There's no herb. It is literally just dried up, crushed red bell peppers.
I absolutely did not.
I
use paprika all the time.
Thank you, Erica.
I did not know that.
What?
I did not know.
What is saffron?
Saffron's very expensive. Did you know that? More expensive than gold at times.
Yeah.
Saffron's extremely
Saffron
expensive.
comes in the spice rack sometimes.
It's like a pollen, but it's so rare that it's like, and it's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Tori's struggling to describe something she knows nothing about.
I know saffron. It's an Indian spice, and it's bright, bright yellow.
It comes from a flower.
I think it's red.
No, that's paprika.
No,
I think
saffron's red.
Saffron's a golden yellow.
It is not.
It's a golden yellow.
Saffron?
Emily,
It has a little red.
Emily,
to it as well.
it's a red
Emily,
tint.
could you
It's
please
gold.
fact check
It's
the
red,
color
and
of
it makes it like a
saffron?
little.
Put it in,
It looks like tobacco.
Thank you.
case.
It's
It's yellow.
So it's a. He said red. I said yellow.
Yeah, saffron red.
It's both.
So we're okay.
That's a reddish yellow?
Let's see.
That's a reddish yellow.
No, that's red saffron.
Yeah, the saffron I know.
No, there's saffron is actually more like
that's a blue apple.
No.
That's why I was missing that out.
Wait, no. Wait, hold on. He might be right here.
Yes, I
No,
cook every night.
That's saffron.
That is not.
History's most
She went
expensive
to medieval
spice.
times buffet.
Saffron
and then-
is medieval. They discovered it
Adam,
in
don't
the
even zoom in on that
1300s.
rogue website.
Adam, I hope you're zooming
That
in.
is not saffron.
Rice you're looking
Yeah. Now look at the one at the top of the page.
Adam, you might
want
want
to.
to.
Saffron is
She
red.
scrolled down till she got to the
Adam, that
weird
is true.
Why
red
when
one.
you mix it into things, does it make it yellow?
Yeah.
It's like
That was a strong saffron conversation.
We were really talking about
Turn into
saffron
YouTube.
for
And by the
3
way,
minutes.
use that clip because I was right again. By the way, welcome back to DB. You want to say it, Tori? You want to?
Nope.
Okay, we'll just use
No.
the other clip.
Okay.
Welcome to DBL. Okay, so BuzzFeed, I love this, is revealing the movies some people say messed them up as a kid. One person said the scene from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
With the flying monkeys
Yeah.
chasing Dorothy. Remember that? And her friends terrified them as a child. The Wicked Witch, she was a little scary too, right? Next, the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Yeah.
Factory.
I can
It's
see that.
supposed to
With
be a
the
kids'
rooster.
movie.
Remember that?
But some said, see, look at that. That's a different movie for adults, right?
Yeah.
And some said the
Yeah.
boat ride through the Tunnel of Terror gave them nightmares.
Yeah. It chops off a rooster's head in it in this background.
Ooh, even
Yeah.
more detail.
Yeah.
E.T. was another movie for kids, but before we see E.T. on screen, one person said this scene where Elliot throws the ball in the yard and then is thrown back was Soup's creep.
Maybe just hit something, rolled back out.
Good
And
call.
finally, many thought the scene where Bambi's mom.
don't show
many,
it.
I think everybody
Don't
saw
show
the Bambi with a
this.
hunter. Hey, listen,
Don't
this is,
show this.
We all know what happens, but it teaches you about life. It teaches
No,
you
it
about
does
life.
not.
It's traumatizing, but it's a good life lesson.
Oh, Tori can't watch
It's
a
the
cartoon.
pop. It's the pop.
It's the pop.
It literally is the pop.
And then his face, the little face, mom's gone.
It was a
All right.
cartoon, but you want to?
That Bambi had
What
no
scarred you and made you into the Tory that you are today?
You guys want to know for real?
Yes.
You all know it. Who framed Roger Rabbit when that guy melted?
Oh yeah.
Are you joking?
yes, I
It's
remember
Christopher Lloyd. His eyes are bugging out, and I'm never, ever, ever going to be the same. Oh my gosh.
You know that's very reminiscent to Indiana Jones. Remember?
Yes.
Is that
when
the
he
right
drinks
one?
from the wrong
Holy
grail. That's right. And he goes,
That's very reminiscent to that.
See,
No,
mine,
thank
that was a good one.
thanks, Al.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mine is Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Large Marge, and that,
Good
like I
one.
was.
What is
I-
that?
Oh, that's the
when he
still.
was in the truck with
Oh my
the
God.
lady trucker, and he.
I wasn't allowed to see this.
That scared me
I was
too.
in my uncle's basement, and I was not good. Yeah, because that was back when you had no context for anything. I wasn't ready, so that got me. So that was me.
Mine is just dark. It's Pinocchio.
All right, we're turning around again.
What?
Well,
You'll see.
it's the fire.
Oh, it's the
So
fire.
when, so I was actually in a fire, and then when afterwards I tore all of the pages of this scene out of my
wow.
books because I was so traumatized by the idea of fire breaking out. So
Weirdly making
it
more of a
ruined-
fire hazard, but yeah.
And making effort.
I have so many, from Freddy Krueger to the opening of Ghostbusters. Remember that lady when she's like, shh, and then it like pops
Yeah,
up. There's
the
so
jump
many.
scare.
But Poltergeist
That should
Brooke
say
said
it,
it.
yeah.
is, okay, so the clown scene, I hate clowns to this day, so very much like Erica, maybe it traumatized me for life. But I don't know what age the adults are out there watching. When the screen went to fuzz, the snow, remember when we were kids?
Right.
And that's when the Poltergeist came. Every time the power went out in my house and the screen came on, like I didn't tell my parents, but I was like, I'm getting out of here. You know what I mean?
Poor thing.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
looked like Lawson when you
it terrified
You thought
me.
it would come out.
It terrified me like for life. So clowns, snow TV sets.
No TV. I think we
old
call
school.
it static.
Yeah, static. Whatever.
I like Snow TV. It sounds fancy.
Snow
I
TV.
love Snow TV.
I lightened it up.
Reverted back to
I
when
like-
you were a kid, like, oh no, the
Totally.
snow TV is back.
It's
Yeah.
coming, Mom.
I tried to make it like a lighter energy. Like snow. Maybe Santa's coming. Oh no, it's a horrific poltergeist. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with actor
Oh, my
comedian
gosh.
Michael Rapaport about pop culture news making headlines.
President Joe Biden made it clear his ask of Congress will be additional U.S. aid to Israel to surpass anything seen before, part of an expected $100 billion aid package to several U.S. allies.
I'm going to ask the United States Congress for an unprecedented support package for Israel's defense.
Social media is full of posts asserting various dollar amounts. So how much money does the United States typically send to Israel? We turn to several sources here to verify billions. Israel is the largest cumulative recipient of U.S. foreign assistance since World War II, according to this Congressional Research Service report. The United States sends more than $3 billion of support to Israeli defense forces each year as part of a series of agreements dating back decades. Last year, the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee touted congressional action securing more than $4.8 billion total for Israel, which included, quote, $1 billion in additional funding for Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. That's part of a total Israeli military budget of more than $23 billion last year, according to Stockholm International Peace Research Institute data. The White House also announced an additional $100 million in humanitarian funding to the other side of the Israel border, in Gaza. Through working with the UN and NGOs, the White House said, quote, this funding will help support over 1 million displaced and conflict-affected people with clean water, food, hygiene support, medical care, and other essential needs. However, this is receiving criticism from several different angles, from those worried that that money could too easily wind up in the hands of Hamas terrorists. Also from others who say with this level of humanitarian need we're seeing in Gaza, that amount of money won't go nearly far enough. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Welcome back. Michael Rapaport is one of our favorite comedians, Bravoholics, and most recently, Masked Singer. Earlier, we spoke to him with our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan, all about how he found himself in a pickle these last few weeks. He's a big deal. Take a look. Michael Rapaport!
How are you guys?
Oh, you cutie. Man. Shalom. Shalom. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Absolutely.
Always good to have you. We got some hard-hitting questions for you. You were just revealed as the pickle on The Masked Singer, and you mentioned that getting voted off actually upset you more than you thought it would. You were very invested. Why so, Michael?
Just because once I got involved with it and got involved with the show and, you know, the practicing and the rehearsing, you know, my competitive nature and juices came out. But I had a great time doing it. It was a lot of fun. The entire experience was awesome, and it was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
I know you're an old school hip hop guy, New York guy. Did you have a list of songs that you were prepared to do on the show, or is that something that they just give you? Did you get to pick?
Nah, we go back and forth. You know, I had some suggestions, and then, you know, the nights always have themes. There's a pool of songs to pick from, and then you go back and forth. And, you know, they ultimately will decide, but they really want to see you do well. Like, you know, the show itself, they want everybody to do well, and I did fantastic, as you could see. And as you could hear.
We also know you as a Bravoholic, and you've given your honest take about pretty much everyone on the network. So I'm hoping I'll see you at BravoCon in a couple weeks, but I'm wondering if there's anyone that you're hoping that you don't run into while you're there.
That's a good question. Well, first of all, yes, I'll be at BravoCon.
Yes.
I will be there the entire time. I see Claudia over there. I'll be there the entire time. I'm actually performing, doing stand-up in Vegas that weekend as well. As far as not wanting to see anybody, you know, it was funny. I was just asking my wife, because we were watching Salt Lake City, because we didn't watch it last night, literally right before I started. That's why I was a minute late. If we wanted to meet Mary Cosby from Salt Lake City, we were both like, that might not be as good in person as it is on TV. Although we're humongous fans, but you just never know what's going to come out of her mouth, how it's going to come out of her mouth, if it's sarcastic, if it's genuine. I wouldn't be afraid to meet her. I would be happy to meet Mary Cosby. My wife said, you know, she'd rather be a fan from afar.
Hi, Michael, I really want to hear your take on this. Now, Jada Pinkett Smith is making headlines like every day since she dropped her memoir. Now, the latest is she paid for her own engagement ring. Do you believe her?
listen.
I know you got an opinion on this.
I've never seen a celebrity do as much damage
Yes.
to their image as I've seen Jada do this week while promoting her book. I've never seen somebody do that. Normally when people come out with all guns blazing for promotion, it somehow is for the betterment of them and their career and their image. And I've never seen somebody, sort of do the opposite. It's too much. It's too many podcasts. It's too many shows. It's too much talking. It's too much information. Are you divorced? Are you not divorced? I honestly don't care. And I don't know why anybody else would care whether they're divorced or not. We're not getting any of the money in the settlement or non-settlement. At 1 minute they're married and then they're on hold saying, it's over. All of it's done. It's just too much. It's been the week of Jada Pinkett. I don't know if she's Jada Pinkett or Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know at this point. I don't care. The whole thing is just a big mess. It's a big pile of I know I can't curse. It's just a mess. Whoever is her press person needs to tell her,
slow down.
It's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough.
In Italian, what do you say? You say basta. Basta. Enough. I hear you. All right. You are hilarious, Michael. DBL Nation.
Yeah.
You can see Michael on the Rapaport Comedy Tour going on now with 3 shows starting this Friday at the City Winery in Chicago and going on through the rest of the year nationwide. So get your tickets at michaelrapaportcomedy.com. You're the best, man. Thanks for coming to the altar today. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy.
Absolutely. Shalom. We'll be right back.
Amid the war between Israel and Hamas, major airlines have suspended flights in and out of Israel, leaving some Americans in Israel stranded and looking for a way out. On October 12th, the U.S. State Department announced it would charter flights to evacuate them. But a viral post says the Biden administration is requiring evacuated citizens to sign promissory notes agreeing to reimburse the government for all travel expenses. So let's verify. Are Americans evacuated from other countries legally required to pay back the government? These are our sources. The U.S. government has been chartering flights to evacuate Americans stranded abroad in crisis situations for years. If you take one of those flights, federal law requires evacuees to reimburse the government to the maximum extent practicable within 30 days of receiving a bill. Evacuees are generally required to sign an evacuee manifest or a promissory note before they leave, acknowledging the need for repayment. According to the State Department, the amount that evacuees will pay is based on what the cost of a full-fare economy flight or comparable alternate transportation back to the States would have been immediately prior to the inciting event. So, we can verify, yes, Americans evacuated from other countries are legally required to pay back the government. But this is not a new policy under the Biden administration. The repayment requirement for evacuations during times of war, civil unrest, or natural disasters has been in place for more than 60 years under the State Department Basic Authorities Act of 1956. But the U.S. government has waived this requirement before. In 2021, the State Department told Verify it would not charge people evacuating from Afghanistan after the Taliban took control of the capital city of Kabul. But it is unclear whether the U.S. government will waive evacuation costs for Americans leaving Israel. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
Most savvy consumers know warehouse clubs like Costco and Sam's Club have cheaper fuel. But is there any difference between the two? Let's verify. Is the gas quality the same at Sam's Club and Costco? Our sources, AAA, TopTierGas.com, and the Environmental Protection Agency, which sets gasoline regulations. According to AAA, all gas starts as a base fuel. Retailers take this base fuel and add a different blend of additives. The additives clean and protect the engine of a car. In 1990, the EPA required all gas retailers to use a minimum level of additives to keep an engine clean. But in 2004, some automakers decided these additives just weren't cutting it and established a gas standard called Top Tier Gas, which requires more additives, mainly detergents. AAA put Top Tier Gas to the test using an independent lab, and the results show Top Tier Gas does make a difference. After about 4,000 miles, testers found that Top Tier Gas caused 19 times fewer carbon deposits in engines.
It's definitely going to be better for your engine than not. That's what the research has found.
And when I asked the EPA, they agreed. Spokesperson Shayla Powell told me top tier standards can provide useful benefits to consumers beyond the regulatory minimums. And that's where Sam's Club and Costco come in. Costco has top-tier gas. Sam's Club does not. We can verify no, the gas quality is not the same at Sam's Club and Costco. Costco is a top-tier gasoline retailer, meaning the fuel includes more detergents and keeps your engine cleaner over time.
Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hey Tori, hey DBL Nation. We are so excited to show you all of the deals today. As ever, they're fabulous. Get ready to shop with us.
Yeah.
Now this, I honestly think is so fabulous. It is the 2-pack Zach Play stainless steel tumblers with
what?
A wireless Bluetooth speaker.
What?
I know, so this deal includes 2 tumblers and they come with straws, 2 of them.
I like those.
We've got them available in 3 colors. So we've got gray, we've got teal and scarlet.
Okay.
Normally they're $34 each.
Ooh.
We have a 2-pack for $24. That's saving 65%. Next up, we've got the Bliss Lights, Bliss Glow, 32 feet, 4 inches Bluetooth LED strip lights.
I love these.
So this doorbuster deal includes 1 strip of lights that will give your space a glow up in minutes.
Nice.
Normally these are $50.
Oh my word.
We have got them for just 10. That's saving 80%. Next up, we have got the Bionair True HEPA 360-degree air purifier for medium rooms.
Oh wow.
So this still includes 1 air purifier with a 3-stage filtration system to reduce 99.97% of allergens. Normally it's $160.
Okay.
We've got it for $49.99. They're saving 69%. Next up is our last product, is the Crabtree and Elvin 5-piece rose skin care set. So this deal includes a cleansing balm, a face moisturizer, 1 lip scrub, 1 hand cream, and 1 body melt.
Nice.
Normally it's $129. We have got this 5-piece set for $39.99. That is saving 69%.
Ooh, I'm so proud of all the stuff we have. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or just scan that QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Steph, thank you so much.
Tori, did you go get your nails done without Kelly?
Oh my gosh. No, actually, I got my hair dyed by Destiny, and she did a great job. And then I said, you know what? Let's go out and get our nails done as just girlfriends. And we did.
And you did invite Kelly.
Kelly just got her nails done, so I thought she wouldn't want them. Okay, well, I apologize, Kelly.
All right. So you've yelled off stage to 2 people during the show. All
So
right.
you know, any last words? Tori's not going to be here tomorrow.
I think I nailed it.
That was good. That was good.
Don't say anything else. That was pretty good. We'll see you tomorrow.